Hi, this is John,
This is Matt.
and this is week 51 of Dot Dreams Devlog. So this week, it was Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I went to UCLA to kidnap Matt over, so now he's forced to be at our house, and then we pretty much did nothing.
Yeah, so unfortunate.
Yeah, I can see the pain in his eyes. Yesterday, during Thanksgiving, when we were waiting for the Thanksgiving meal, I don't know if you call it dinner or afternoon, I was like, "All right, Matt, what do you want to do?" And Matt's like, "Nothing makes me happier than working."
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's cool is I'm sure you guys haven't heard from Matt in a while because he's been really busy with his stuff. You know, he's doing his conducting, being a real musician, and doing actual real adult life jobs. Whereas we're just kind of like playing around with the stuff. So
Yeah. I don't want to hang out with losers. So.
oh, damn boy.
Okay.
But yeah, so since people haven't heard from you in a while, I wanted to ask was what you had in mind for Eduardo. I think just to add it a little, make it a little bit easier for you is I told Matt a lot of things before he got to our house, and I was like telling him Eduardo is doing so well, and then when Matt first started playing, he's like, "Wow, that's a lot of bugs."
Yeah. But I'm sure you'll be fixed in like coming weeks or something.
Yeah, that's specifically what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, for the music, I thought like I wanted to go small, so like because of the camera movements you said,
Yeah.
like it feels really intimate
Right.
to the character.
Yeah.
So-
That's a really good way to say it. Intimate,
Yeah,
yes.
that's why I don't want it to sound like too big or something. So what I'm thinking is for like writing for like a chamber orchestra
Uh,
or like a small string ensemble, something like that. So
Okay.
it will fit the visuals better.
So for plebeians and non-music player, like small as in like not a lot of instruments.
Not like a lot of players, you know.
Oh,
so
okay,
the
okay.
sound, yeah, is smaller, but
Oh.
it could still be pretty intricate and
Right.
yeah.
I remember when you explained to me yesterday is even because there's less noise, you actually have to be. It's probably harder for you to have a very distinct melody, right? Because you can't just decorate it with a lot of things.
Yeah, you have to be more careful with your writing in general.
Right. And then there's one thing that Matt did that was very interesting for me is when I made the Wharf City, I actually imagined it. It's a seaport. It's relaxing. It's a safe zone. I was thinking it would be relaxing and all chill and stuff. But then Matt showed me a clip of what he had in mind, and it was completely different from me, but from what I thought of, and it fits really well. That's the weird part is I didn't expect it to fit that well. And it was like, let's just talk about the Wharf City one when you were making it.
Yeah.
What do you have in mind when you were making that one?
Well, for me, I think the most important part is like how the music's gonna tie into the plot.
Yeah.
So when I was thinking about it, I was thought like, oh, that's where you first meet Lloyd.
Yeah.
So I had to like put that in mind.
Right.
So it's not just about like, oh, it's like a warp city and something, so it should be like lighthearted and stuff. So
Right.
I took that also like into consideration. So that's why I came up with something that's probably not your expecting.
Right.
Yeah.
See, this is the difference between professionals and amateurs like us, where we're like, oh, it's a Wharf City. It'd probably make music based on the city. But no, he thinks about the city and he thinks about the general story in mind and what the general vibe of the whole area.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it could still be changed though, so
No,
we'll see.
Yeah, I like what you did. And I don't know how many people here are very, very attentive to the audio in these episodes where towards the end I put in one of the things that Matt played for us a while back, which is a cabin inside theme where it's like whimsical. It's like go dun 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 dun. That one.
Yeah.
And I really like it, so I always play it towards the end before the ending.
Yeah.
And Matt's like, oh, I don't like it already.
Yeah, I'm just always trying to improve like my writing and stuff. So when like looking back, I always feel like, oh, I could have done something differently. So that's why I feel that way.
Yeah, like I said, man, people who are professionals and us amateurs are very different. Because I remember the first few episodes of these devlogs, I always put in Matt's music, and then I would put his title and the title of the song, and I'll also put in like made by Matt. And then one day Matt's like, John, can you stop putting my name on it? And I was like, what the hell? Why? I thought you want your credit. And he's like, oh, I don't. Those music are not good enough already.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I kind of feel like complicated feelings towards it because I know it's written by me, but like I hope I can deliver something better. I
Holy
guess.
crap!
Yeah.
Holy crap, man! Like I said, that's the difference between pros and non-pros. Well, in general for Eduardo, what kind of the general tone of the game? What do you think it? Oh, well, actually, I think there's questions better asked if. What kind of tone do you think Eduardo is for you right now? Is it a happy, serious, go-lucky, relaxing? What's the tone you overall you have for Eduardo? You have in
I
mind?
think probably all kinds of emotions and feelings that I want to evoke are all should be included.
Okay.
So I guess it just depends on what's going on with the player's situation.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess then let me ask this better. Like, we're gonna have a title theme, right? And just FYI, Matt and I have already started planning out how we're gonna do the trailers. So Matt, he knows all the cinematography stuff, so he's like, I'm gonna make sure this is gonna be good. But to build on top of that is there's gonna be a title theme, right? You're going to probably introduce some sort of main theme.
Yeah. I always want to do a title thing for like games because I feel like it's good to have a central idea to like ground all the music together.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So like this central theme, this title theme, I guess the better question is what kind of feeling? What's a main feeling that's coming out from this central theme? Is it fantasy?
Well, I guess fantasy, but also like I would try to make it like adventurous, I guess. Because at the end it's still like about Eduardo like exploring the world and interacting with the world, so I think that's probably the most important quality that I want to have for music.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you be able to add in a little bit of horror here and there? Horror?
Probably. Yeah. I guess.
What would be we'll start tying it up, but what would be something that's horror? Like when I say can you put in some horror, what do you have in mind immediately? Mysterious
probably
horror.
some you mean like in terms of instrument wise?
Yeah. What makes a music horror like?
I guess like dissonance and also
Dissonance.
I don't know. Well, for me, I immediately think about like doing some weird strings effects and stuff. Yeah, that would for sure make it really like horror.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be able to tie that into a nice, relaxing, adventurous title theme?
Maybe I'll try. Like if that's what you want. And, yeah.
It's so nice when you have a pro with you. But yeah, is there anything you want to tell the players or people who listen? Which is quite it's growing. Still more than what I expected, but less than what you wanted.
Yeah. I mean, after what I saw, from what you showed me, I'm really excited for the game. I can't wait for to write music for it. So I guess you guys should like really look forward to this game, and it should be really fun.
Wow, that is much nicer than I expected.
It's true though.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm honored. Thank you. Oh yeah. So that will probably be it. Next week is the anniversary episode. Dhruv had a bunch of ideas, but seeing how he's kind of prepared or not prepared for it, I don't know how it goes. And last week there is one person who did give me a wink, so they did hear all the way to the end what we're gonna try to do for an anniversary episode. Point is, keep your expectation low because I don't know if Drew's gonna really carry actually do it. So we'll see. But thank you for listening in, and it was nice hearing from you, Matt. Hopefully I could get you over it. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
I really feel like I should just kidnap Matt whenever we have an episode, so every single week.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
All right, bye.